What if I told you the royal family doesn't actually own their wealth, but still they enjoy millions every year tax-free? What if I told you that even the Queen, yes, Queen Elizabeth herself, never needed a passport, never paid inheritance tax, and had the power to stop laws before Parliament could even vote? Sounds like a Netflix drama, right? Some hidden empire, protected by tradition, laws, and silence. Nope, it's real, and it's happening right here in the UK. Ever heard of the civil list? No. How about the sovereign grant? Still no. How about the Duchy of Cornwall, which made over £24 million last year and went straight into Prince William's pocket without any tax? In this video, we're going deep. Behind the crowns, behind the palaces, behind the perfectly polished royal image, into the economics of the monarchy that nobody ever talks about publicly. Because once you understand this system, you'll never see the royal family the same way again. So to understand all this, we have to go back. When all this actually started. This is the story of the 1700s, when the British king was George III, who, by the way, was going through a bit of a problem at that time. He had inherited a lot of land, but he wasn't getting any income from those lands. His cash flow was tight, and he was honestly confused about how to manage so much property. So in 1760, King George made a bold decision. He handed over all those crown properties to the government, and in return, he asked for a fixed salary every year. That deal was called the civil list. It was kind of a business deal. And the funny thing is, actually it worked really well. But now the big question is, what exactly is the Crown Estate? In simple terms, it's a property empire. It includes land, buildings, UK's territorial seabed, and even farms. Technically, all of this is in the name of the monarch. But here's the twist. It's not their personal property. They're just the owner, on paper, because the entire thing is managed by a government board. And this portfolio, it's not small. You'll be surprised to know it's divided into 4 parts and it earns a lot of money. Now, guess what? All that income first goes to the government. Then the government gives 25% of that yearly income back to the royal family. And that process is what we now call the sovereign grant. So technically, the royal family doesn't own this empire anymore, but they still enjoy a solid share of the profit. Confused? Yeah. Welcome to the real magic of monarchy economics.
Everything you heard so far?
That was just a warm-up. Because now, we're stepping into the real royal wealth. The part most people don't even know exists. See, the Crown Estate, that's technically public. It's managed by the government. But the royal family, they've got 2 private empires all to themselves. The Duchy of Lancaster and the second, the Duchy of Cornwall. Let's break this down. The Duchy of Lancaster. That generates private income for King Charles. We're talking farmland, shops, high-end buildings, together worth over £650 million. Then there's the Duchy of Cornwall, now owned by Prince William, which pulled in £24 million last year alone. But here's the part that hurts your tax-paying soul. These aren't taxed. That's right. 0 tax on this private empire. King Charles chose to start paying taxes recently, but that's purely voluntary. No law forces him to. Now, let's talk about something that really stings. If your grandmother leaves you £10,000, you pay inheritance tax. But when Queen Elizabeth II left behind millions of pounds in assets, the royal family paid 0 tax. Why? Because of a special 1993 agreement with the government. And that's just the beginning. Royals don't need passports. They don't need driving licenses. And wait for it. They also have the right to vet laws before Parliament passes them. It's called royal consent. Which means if a law affects the royal family in any way, it's shown to them first, before Parliament even votes on it. So next time you wonder who really runs the country, just remember, some rules are made for us and some are written by them. Now, here's the part where things start to get... In a country struggling with rising energy bills, an underfunded NHS and a growing cost of living crisis, many people have started asking one simple question. Why are we still funding a billionaire royal family with public money? After Queen Elizabeth's funeral in 2022, something surprising happened. Public support for the monarchy dropped to its lowest point in modern UK history. Especially among the youth, people under the age of 35 who are now openly questioning the system. During King Charles's coronation, protests broke out across the country. People held up banners that read, "Not my king, abolish the monarchy." And on social media, #NotMyKing began trending for days. Republican movements, groups that want the monarchy to be abolished, are growing steadily. But the system, still untouched. No budget cuts, no reforms, nothing changed.
The royal family is the face of tradition, the symbol of culture, of British pride, but behind our golden curtains lies an empire built on complex deals, public money, and authority above the law. This money doesn't just give luxury, it gives power, and most importantly, this system gives silence. Whether you are a royal supporter or critic, one thing is for sure, the royal system is still the same today as it was in 1760. Only the packaging has changed. Isn't it time for the public to ask who are we funding and what else? If you liked this deep dive, then follow the UK Oddities and Money channel, where we talk about topics that are never taught in school.